does that work?
On a single click, they can pull out the report and see what's happening. So nobody is on the same page. A very unproductive way for the business.
Key benefits by implementing CRM.
Helps you build stronger and more personalized relations. It will help sales team, customer service. They can change strategies before it's too late. So it doesn't matter what stage you are at. If you are interacting with your customer,
34% increase in the productivity.
sometimes businesses think that CRM is too expensive.
CRM is too complex.
More than $1 million in a year by just automating this process.
You know, when a restaurant remembers your usual orders without you even uttering a word about it, feels pretty nice, right? So today, to break this, we are here talking about CRM helping businesses keeping their customers coming back. And today, to break this down, we have got Arish, the head of business development at Dynamic Square, USA and Canada here. Hello Arish, welcome to our Dynamics Insight podcast.
Hey Ramita, thank you for having me. I am excited about this discussion, and I have watched your previous podcast.
Yeah.
I think you are doing a good job by educating businesses and business people on these very important topics, which is like ERP, CRM, automations, workflows. So yeah, I think I just hope that I will add some value for your viewers.
That's why we have you here, of course.
Yeah, excited.
So let's start with an introduction of yours. What is the role and what do you do at Dynamic Square US and Canada?
Sure, thank you. Yeah, so my name is Arish. I'm a sales professional. Have been associated with Dynamic Square for about 4+ years. And so those who don't know about Dynamic Square, so we are one of the leading Microsoft Gold partners, helping businesses streamlining their day-to-day operations using ERP and CRM solutions, as well as Power Platforms. So we have presence in 7+ countries. I look after the US and Canadian markets. So after speaking to hundreds of businesses, we understand the key pain areas they have and the challenges they faces in day-to-day operations. So the goal is always been to help them streamlining these operations and solve their problems using ERP and CRM solutions and Power Platforms. The goal for us is always been to ensure managing these applications for them while they focus on their businesses, which is more important for them. So yeah, that's about me and us.
Okay, so let's break into this topic. Let's start the basics. Let's start with the basics of CRM. So give us and just elaborate on this. Firstly, just elaborate on this term CRM. What is CRM?
Sure, definitely. So CRM as a term stands for Customer Relationship Management. The full form itself explains something related to managing your relationship with the customers. It's a tool or applications which businesses use to manage different pieces of information about their customers in one place. So it could be communication with the customers, engagement with the customers via chats, emails, calls, or meetings, as well as managing their historical transactions, like their orders, quotes, their complaints they have raised previously with us, and queries, everything. So anything related to your customer can be managed using CRM solutions. And for the businesses, the goal is always being to ensure or enhance customer service or experiences with their products and services. Plus help sales team to, since they all have all these information available, it helps them to close the deal faster and smarter. Ultimately leads to repeat business and profitability growth.
Okay, so you talked about the management of the history of the customers. So supposedly if I'm a small business and I'm implementing this CRM software, right? How do I implement my history of the customer, the history of my customers, like how to do that and everything? Is it like very easy, or what is it like that makes CRM the most comfortable possible application for any businesses to use it? Because I've been working in this small sector, and I have bunch and loads of history of the customers, right? and I'm now wanting to have something sorted, and I'm talking about CRM here only. So when I talking about CRM, I want to implement that now. But I also want the history of the customers. So how does that work basically? Okay, sure. See, as we all know, customers are the foundation of every business, right? There's a very famous saying as well, which is like, customer is always the king. Right. Right. Their experiences with our products, services, and ensures businesses growth and success for them. Right? So the question comes, how would you do that? How would you ensure that you have enough information about your customers? Yeah. You are able to manage their information effectively, which might help you in the future, or maybe help you to assist your customers. That's where CRM comes into a picture. So let me give you one example, maybe to answer this question. Sure. So personally, if I have to manage certain tasks in my life, I sometimes use few of the applications in my mobile phone. So let's say if I have to pay a bill, maybe next week, by the end of the next week, I create a task in my calendar so that I can get a reminder before the due date actually arrives. So it helps. So as a human, I can't remember everything, right? I need something which makes my life easy. So that's why I need a couple of applications in my personal life. Let's come back to the businesses. So let's say businesses have 50 plus customers or 100 plus customers. How would they ensure they are managing their informations in a correct way? Or so let's say if as a salesperson, if he is speaking to our potential customers, until unless he managed the communication, whatever they have discussed about, somewhere in the notes or the applications, he won't be remember the conversation maybe down the line in a month or so, right? So that's where CRM. That's why we need a CRM solution where we can actually create a customer profiles with all the important informations about them, which will help sales team to know whatever required in order to close the deal. Helps customer service team, they can just open the customer profile, they will get to know like what order they have placed with this and what query they have raised. So it will help them to resolve customer queries speedily instead of putting them on the line and irritating them. Yeah. Since everything is on the same page, everyone on the same page, and every details, there is a single source of truth of the data. Yeah. So that's where we need a CRM to manage every piece of information about the customer. On the other hand, it helps management to access the database as well. Like whenever required, they can just on a single click they can pull out the report and see what's happening with the sales team, what's happening with the CRM team, like customer service team or marketing team, which will help them to maybe take data-driven decisions out of by just viewing the data, what's happening with the business. Right. So yeah, I think that's why we need a CRM, and it is always recommended to go with if you need to manage customer. That's actually a very beautiful software. Yeah. I'm sure Dynamics 365 has also a very good innovation in this. We will come to this in further topic. For sure. Yeah. So CRM has such a buzzword in today's business landscape, right? It's attracting so much of the glam in today's market. And would you want to say something about that? Why is it attracting so much of the attention, and what is up with that? Sure, I get it. I think because it's always in the news, like CRM, Copilot, and other stuff. So it seems like it's a buzzword, but actually it's more than that, just a buzzword. Right. See, we'll have to understand CRM actually helps businesses to get done things faster with very minimal manual efforts. And CRM is not new. CRM has been there since the late 90s, and from 2000 we have models. Before ERP also, right? Before ERP as well, right? No, ERP has always been there as well since late 90s. Okay. Around the same time, CRM is also there. But they were using this, like businesses were forced to use the CRM as just a Rolodex. They were not actually, they don't have these advanced capabilities to manage the database, and
it was very expensive as well previously, like 20 years back. So businesses were forced to manage customer information on silos or spreadsheets, right? Which was not a very effective or productive way.
Could you explain silos?
Silos is nothing but like you are managing informations in documents instead of using applications.
Right. And
Right.
that too in different departments?
Yes, so everyone, so
Okay.
let's say you are in different department, I'm in different department. We are managing these information in different Excel sheets or spreadsheets. So nobody is on the same page,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I'm managing something else about
Right.
that particular customer, and I'm managing something else.
Right.
So which was a very unproductive way for the
Yeah.
business. But since now we have all these advanced capabilities and the CRM capabilities, which actually helps businesses to manage customer profiles effectively and manage all the important informations about them, ultimately leads to more efficient, streamlined processes across the department because everyone will be on the same page. There is a single source of truth. So you can imagine if everyone was managing the customer database in spreadsheets, how inefficient would it be for them? Nobody is on the same page until unless they meet maybe in the review meetings. Then only management will get to know what's happening with the businesses or the performances of the businesses. So now all this information is in one place. Management can just pull out the reports, see the performance, what's happening with the sales team, what is going on at the customer service team department, marketing, and if these solutions are integrated with each other, it helps them to automate their processes, ultimately saves their employees time so they can focus on what is more important for them.
More towards like they're more into their productivity rather than in the stack of papers.
Correct.
That's what you're saying,
right?
Yeah. Okay. So last time we had Nitesh in our podcast, and we were also talking about the same term called data silos. This also happens without an ERP.
Correct.
And data silos also happens without CRM, right? So I wonder what's the difference between ERP and CRM?
That's a good question actually. See, CRM and ERP are designed to serve different aspects of the businesses. While CRM is more customer centric, and on the other hand, ERP is designed for process centric, like your back office operations managing from finance, inventory, warehousing, supply chain, production.
Correct.
But CRM does not have these capabilities.
It works at the front end of the business.
Yes, CRM is actually designed for the front end, like your sales processes, your customer service, marketing, or maybe if you provide on-site services to the customers, field service operations. So at the same time, both solutions are irreplaceable, and businesses actually get benefits by integrating both of these solutions, like integrating back office and front office operations, in order to ensure collaborations across the department and everyone will be on the same page about what's happening with the business. One more point to add, so most of the ERPs have basic CRM capabilities, but not vice versa. CRM does not have ERP capabilities. There might be some features which overlaps between the solutions, but both solutions are actually designed to serve different purposes.
Yeah. Okay, talking about this, I want to know that what a company can expect some key benefits by implementing CRM.
Sure. So Ramita, see, there are numerous benefits company can expect by implementing CRM solutions. But if I can point out few key benefits which just to answer this question. One is it helps to improve customer relationship by managing your relationship, like all the information about your customers in the CRM solution helps you build a stronger and more personalized relation with them because you know about them. So whenever you are speaking to them, You will provide. You will not ask repetitive questions to them because you know like what product they have bought previously, right? And what query they have raised, what are their preferences, etc.
Yeah, it kind of give you an analytics of their
Behaviors.
choices and their behaviors
Correct.
regarding your product or
Correct.
business right now.
Correct. You're correct. Second, it helps sales team to manage the sales pipeline effectively. So let's say if company has to manage the overall sales workflow, like getting a leads, converting into opportunities, and then quotation, negotiation, and closure. So they can manage these all these stages in one place. So they will have an idea like where are they getting leads from, how many leads they have in the pipeline, opportunities, how many they have closed, what's the conversion ratio looks like, etc. So ultimately, it helps to since everything is managed in one place, helps sales team to be more collaborative, close a deal smartly and faster, speedily.
Yeah. Okay.
So third would be data centralization. Every piece of information about your customer, all your customers' data will be in one place.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it's all about. It's about your customers' information. Like for example, if you are creating a profile of you're into B2B, you would like to create a profile of your customer. So you will have all the information who are the key people to reach out to, who are the influencers, who are the decision makers, and what are their budget for the particular products, what revenue they are at. So this actually helps, since all this information is one place, it will help sales team, customer service team, marketing team to run campaigns as well as per their behaviors and preferences,
Right.
like maybe promotional messages, etc. So everything will be on the one place. Data centralization. Third, actually fourth. Fourth would be it actually helps enhance productivity. As I mentioned, everyone will be on the same page. There is very minimal.
With all the above 3 points.
Yes,
Sure.
very minimum manual task needs to be done. So everything, most of the things are automated. So you don't. It actually helps improve productivity ultimately for the businesses run more efficiently in some manner. Fifth would be better insights with reporting.
Okay.
Which helps management to make the data-driven decisions.
Right.
Since all the metrics are available for them on a single click. So they will just, if the reports are built already in the CRM, so they can just pull out the report and see what's the conversion ratio looks like, what's the CAC, ARR, MRR, KPIs, burn rate, anything. Like, so all these information will be available in one place. Management will have the options to just see what's happening. So they can also change the strategies as well in order to achieve certain goals. So if they think that sales team are not performing well or customer service team is not performing well, so they will just see the metrics and see, if things are not going well, they can change strategies before it's too late for them.
Exactly.
So that's fifth, and sixth could be it helps you to automate your repetitive tasks. So let's say as a salesperson or maybe customer service team, you are doing some repetitive tasks on a daily basis. So you can make actually workflows for that.
Okay.
So CRM or Power Automate or flows will actually perform those tasks for you.
You don't have to hard work.
Yes. So it will be done without your presence, and it will be done whatever logic you will, put it on that.
Okay.
So yeah, I think these are key points or benefits which helps businesses.
I'm not sure if you've heard about this, but company loses up to $1.6 trillion each year with the poor customer services. And CRM prevents that by giving you seamless interactions, and that's it. That is a statement, but I'm not sure how is CRM applicable or how is CRM helpful in building relationships with their customers. Would you throw some light on that as well?
Sure, Ramita. So CRM is not just limited to managing your relationship with the customers. It actually helps you boost operational efficiency and streamline the overall processes as well, right? The question you asked, it has two questions. So let me answer it from the customer relationship perspective first.
Okay.
With one example. So let's go 20 years back. We all have been using mobile networks, right? You can imagine previously when we used to have some issues with our mobile networks, we used to call to the toll-free number support team and following certain steps and then keep
press 1, press 2.
Correct.
To do this, press 3. To do that, press 4. Right?
Yeah. And then they put us on hold before we actually get connected to the agents who will assist us. And the agents is also like asking repetitive questions and then keep us putting on hold in order to resolve our queries. But do you remember reaching out to your mobile networks operators recently?
Not at all, because it's so easy for me now. It's like ever since this internet thing has come in a, I don't know since when it is, but we have started to use internet for so long now that internet has helped us to do that very efficiently on the very first place. If I talk about the base, because if there was no internet, of course you have no ways to raise that ticket without the internet, right?
Correct.
So with the help of internet, I am able to raise a ticket in a website, on a website. If I have any issues as a customer, I will raise a ticket. And previously in some businesses, I did have that experience that I have to keep repeating my complaints over and over again. And then in the end, I ask, okay, now what is the status? And I have to do that every single day.
Yeah, you have to keep following up with them in order to resolve the issues.
And going on, with some companies I've experienced, I just have to tell them my ticket ID, and they used to tell me the status of my complaint. And answering to your question, yes, I did not have to wait on that line for hours, especially. Just takes seconds actually.
Yeah, and actually we don't reach out to them; they reach out to us to provide information, right?
Right.
So previously, like it was very irritating process. Now they have automated most of the things. Actually, there are automations being done in order to resolve customer queries, issues, and enhance customer experiences. But we'll have to understand that the base is the CRM. On top of this is advanced technologies and features which is helping us to improve our experiences as a customers. And sometimes brands or these operators actually reach out to us to maybe remind us about our due dates of the bills and maybe about explaining about our current plans and or maybe some offers as well. So they reach out to us instead of us reaching out to them again and again and asking these repetitive questions. Sometimes what happens is I in my broadbands. So whenever I faces any issues, so it automatically creates a ticket actually with the provider, and it automatically assigned field service agents as well who will actually get the issue fixed in just a couple of minutes. Right? So the issues are resolved before actually I realize it that it is an issue with my network. So this is what CRM actually did or transformed the businesses actually used to operate and ultimately enhancing customer experiences. So leads to business growth and successful.
Given the example that you gave just now, it actually creates such a good image / impact on your think that okay, this is such a nice way that okay, I'm going to have this kind of issues, and they've already told me before I even faced it. And that's absolutely very good. That's very innovative. So
from the customer relationship point of view, this is what CRM does. To answer your question from the business operational point of view, so let's say now customer don't have to reach out to them to resolve their queries. They don't need hundreds of thousands of agents, which ultimately cuts cost for them, right? Since all these queries can be handled through virtual assistants, bots, and and maybe frequently asked questions they have uh, added on their websites and others. So customer don't need to reach out to them to resolve their query. Everything is streamlined. Ultimately, helps businesses cut costs and being more profitable in that sense.
I get it. Coming back to my very first statement, even before introducing you, what do you think? CRM is a waiter who knows your go-to dish, or is it an personal assistant for you?
I think you had put it in a very good way. So which is I was not expecting that. So you should be on this here, not me. But yeah, just to add on this statement, actually it is not just limited to waitress who knows your go-to dish. It is a superstar waiter who is not limited to knowing your go-to dish, but actually
Your personal
ensures
assistant
is
task.
streamline your experiences with your products and services.
That's great.
Helps personalized marketing as well, because ultimately once you are impressed with these behaviors of the business, obviously you
You would
will
want to come back.
you will like to come back and you will tell some few of your friends that, oh, he remembers my dishes,
Of course.
because you would like to impress them as well, that see, he knows my dishes. So this is overall, actually it is as I mentioned, it helps businesses to be more efficient and ultimately leads to repeat business, profitability, growth.
Because in the end, what we have discussed is CRM helps their businesses to give that kind of a personal experience to the customer, and that's why those customers would want to come back to you, because you gave them a special attention, right? So I think it's a win-win situation for.
Actually, you did not give them a special attention. You were just doing what needs to be done. It is CRM who is actually helping you to get these things done. So you're not doing anything special. You're just managing. You're doing your job. But from the customer point of view, it looks like, he knows everything, or she knows about me.
That's actually a great cheat code for any business maybe.
Correct.
I'm really excited to know your use cases now. First I'm going to start with what kind of specific industries, like is CRM biased with some specific industries relating to the benefits, like one industry gets more benefits rather than the another industry? Is it something like that with CRM as well?
Actually, I think no, because CRM is designed for it. It's enough, flexible enough to cater
All
any
kinds
kind
of
of industry.
Okay.
But there are industries which actually gets more benefits by using the CRM, like service-based industry. For example, I just gave you an example of telecom industry. It completely transformed the way they were doing customer services and experiences. Second would be BFSI, like banking, financial services, insurance. So now we have the capability to do the transactions using multiple applications and maybe WhatsApp banking as well and other stuff. So we have to understand, as I mentioned earlier, the base is the CRM where all the customers' data is in place, and on top of this, there are technologies which we generally use in our day-to-day life. Third could be healthcare industry.
Okay.
So where clinics can manage their patient data and hospitals can manage their patient data, which might help doctors down the line to review the patient history and maybe prescriptions, which might help them to cure the patients maybe smartly, or because they know about their history, and it will help them in certain sense. B2B, business to business. So we are into B2B. We provide services to the businesses. So it actually helps us to manage the whole sales workflow and then providing customer service or through ticketing and case management in the CRM. On the other hand, if we are managing their projects, we use another applications in Dynamics 365, which help us to manage customer projects. And we use marketing tool as well, which help us to run some campaigns. So actually, so these are the major industries which actually gets the benefit out of the CRM. But there are actually several. So this is
Correct me if I'm wrong. I still feel telecommunication industries take more benefits with this application because its sole business is to basically connect with their customers only, and rather than in healthcare industry. So correct me if I'm wrong. Like, are they they're more beneficial with this application than the healthcare ones, or is it a myth?
Maybe. No, actually, there is no myth. But that depends on the business's requirement and how they would like to interact, whether they are interacting with the customers or what are the goals they have, whether it is just to manage the information, whether it is to actually utilize those informations in the long run with maybe, so let's say I just give you an example, running campaigns. So once you have the database, obviously then only you will plan to run campaigns or maybe send bulk emails, promotional messages, emails. Once you have the database in place in the CRM. So that depends on the business's requirements. But I think it is very hard to answer this question which you just mentioned about whether it is telecom industry which gets more benefits or the healthcare. For their perspective, actually they are getting benefit and they have transformed their business processes using CRM.
There are so many myths for every application, be it ERP or CRM. Correct. So there's this one thing that usually I've heard a lot in the case of ERP as well, and I have heard the same problem in this case as well, is that many businesses think that CRM isn't for us. What would you say to change their perspective? I mean, what I mean to ask is, what would you suggest? Like, what are the sizes and types of businesses that should implement CRM?
Actually, from my perspective, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
What size you are at and what kind of industry you are, because CRM solutions are flexible enough to cater different kind of businesses across the industry. My point would be, like, if you are interacting with the customers or potential customers or engaging with them in a day-to-day operations in order to sell your products, services, or maybe provide after-sales services like with their queries, complaints. So it is always recommended to manage these engagement in the CRM solution. So it doesn't matter what stage you are at. If you are interacting with your customers, you will have to manage these interactions somewhere, right? So you will have to go with the CRM solution, which is the only way.
Okay. So far, we have been discussing about CRM now, and let's make it more interesting by talking about Dynamics 365. Let's spice it up. How is this application Dynamics 365 CE, if I'm correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
Would you give us some light on that as well, and what is it about, and how CRM is more like highlighted under this application?
Okay, cool. Sure, Ramita. So Dynamics actually, Dynamics 365 has different applications to cater different requirements from the customers related to their managing their relationship with the customers. So Microsoft actually rebranded the CRM term, and now they call it as Dynamics 365 CE, which is customer engagement.
Okay.
So it has different applications which caters different requirements of the businesses. So let's say starting from sales, it actually helps streamlining the sales operation, specifically designed for the sales team to manage their sales workflows. Customer service, the term itself explains itself. So it's for the customer service management. So if you are into a business where you provide services to your customers, resolve like managing tickets, cases, or maybe you get frequent queries from them, complaints. So you can manage all these activities in the customer service module.
Right.
And there is a marketing module which now we call as customer insights. So it is specifically designed to actually get 360-degree view of the customers. Where are they coming from? What are their behaviors, preferences, everything. So you get the insights from the database, like which market or segments is performing well, or which demography is performing well, where are you getting more engagement from. So it is actually advanced CRM tool which gives insights of your customers. Fourth would be, we call project operations, which is specifically designed to manage operations projects actually with your customers. So let's say if you are into service based and you maybe do project based interaction with the customers, so you can manage project with all the detailed activities which might help you to manage effectively. Fifth would be is field service, which is specifically designed for the field service. If you provide on-site services, so let's come back to the telecom industry again. So if they provide on-site services to get the issue fixed, and their agents actually visiting on-site, so they should have some information about the customer, right? So these kind of businesses can actually go with the field service module, where their agents can access the application from
the
mobile
field,
phone.
from the
Yeah, on the fields.
so
they
like
can just
this
log in.
from the client side.
Correct.
Okay.
So they will just get to know like where they have to visit, like the address of their customers, what issues they are facing, what issues they have faced previously, and whatever all the important informations will be in place in the field service module, so which might help them to resolve the issue faster, speedily.
So that's all okay.
So these 5 applications.
I can relate that a lot because we all face every kind of issues, especially in the broadband and the networking thing. So the customer service people who are there on field, basically they come to my place and fix that thing. So whatever modules they are having, the machines they are working is all with the help of CRM.
CRM, yes.
Okay.
So all these comes under CRM. So these are CRM application, customer relationship management application, but serve different purposes.
Right.
But the best thing is, since if you have to go with all these modules, maybe depends on the business's requirement.
Right.
There are businesses in professional services who might have to go with all these modules, 5 modules.
Could you give some example who can go with all the 5 modules of it? Do you have any?
Sure, I can do that. So there was one customer based out of East Coast in USA. So they are actually Microsoft partner, but providing services on Microsoft 365 products as well, and then hardware like Microsoft Surface and other stuff. So they actually reached out to us with some requirements. They wanted to streamline their sales first. So once they get the leads, they wanted to manage these leads somewhere. So we proposed sales. And then customer service. So once they sort out the product, they close the deal, they might get some queries related to those products. So they can manage those queries in the customer service. Now they wanted to do some maybe cross-sell activities or maybe other promotional activities. So they needed a marketing tool as well. So we actually suggested to go with the customer insight so that they can get the 360-degree view of the customers. So let's say if they get a project from the customer, they close the deal, they wanted to manage that project somewhere. They have to manage the project in order to keep providing updates to the customer, what stage they are at, how they are managing the project. So they needed a project operations module. On the 5th module, which actually needed to, so let's say if they were selling hardware as well, like Microsoft Surface, laptops. In case they get queries related to any kind of issue, they actually providing some on-site services as well. So actually, agent will visit on the customer site and will fix those issues, hardware issues. So they needed field service module as well to manage these activities. The best part is all these 5 solutions are integrated with each other, ensures collaboration across the department. So if customer reaching out to you and you are asking repetitive questions, so that is not going to happen because everyone is on the same page, because since there is a single source of truth So that's what we did for one of our clients.
Okay.
And, so they needed all 5 applications.
And on the other hand, if I talk about the telecommunication again, so they would just require the field service module, or they would also want
Customer service.
because they made
Because somewhere you will have to create a case or the tickets. That's where customer service module is needed. So first the ticket will be created, then the one agent will review like what it's all about. Is it a query? Is it an issue with the network or something? So they will first see if it's an issue with the broadband. So let's say, so customer service agent who is actually reviewing the ticket, they will assign this ticket to the field service agent then.
Alright.
Because it's on-site services they need to provide.
Okay.
So these tickets will be transferred to the field service agent. So they need customer service first, then field service. And if they are performed, like they have sales team as well, they can go with sales module as well. But I don't think they would require project operations. Marketing they would need actually in order to get the insights from the customers, what's happening with the data.
So Arish, businesses which are using the CRM solutions are seeing an average sales of at least 29% and 34% increase in the productivity as well. And well, that's a game changer for any company, be it small or a big. But what do you think for a small business, when we talk about small businesses, is that the worth the investment? Is that a worthy investment? What are your views?
Yeah, so CRM is always a worth the investment. If you are implementing it to manage your relationship with the customer, it doesn't matter which industry you are in or what size you are at. It is always, you can go with affordably and start with MVP. So whenever businesses reach out to us to discuss their high-level requirements, and if it's a small business, they don't have budget, we understand that they would like to maybe just start with standard solution. So we suggest them to go with MVP, very minimum viable product.
What is that?
So it's just that like you can go with very basic features of this CRM to get started. And once you get the confidence of using it, and once you have the budget, you can keep on enhancing its features and automate your workflows. You don't need to wait to go like get started big bang like with all the features in one go. You can just start with very basic features first.
So honestly, it can be a little overwhelming for them if they start with all of the features, and they might get a negative perspective of that same application.
Correct. That because it might
they
be
won't be
complex
able
for
to
them.
use it fully.
Yes,
right?
correct. They won't be able to use it. They don't know how the feature works. Obviously, we will provide training, but still, as a human, they can't just start utilizing all the features. So what we suggest is start with very basic feature first, and then as requirements come, as and when, so we will keep discussing with them and keep on enhancing its features down the line. So there is a very, one of our customer based out of West Coast in USA, they reached out to us with some very basic requirements. So they only have they're very small organization with 5 people who are managing the overall business operations.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did they decide? Like they know that they're just 5 people, and in spite of that size, how did they decide to go with an application?
Yeah, actually, I was also curious to ask this question. So while in one of our meeting, I asked this question like, how did they decide to go with the CRM, and what actually led them to go with this towards this stage? So his answer was very impressive. So what he mentioned is that he did a cost benefit analysis internally by himself in order to check like how much time, if one of his employees performing one task, how much time they are taking and how much it would cost them, right? On the other hand, if the same task is performed through CRM, through some automations and workflows, how much it would cost them and how much ROI they can expect out of it.
That's very impressive.
Yes, actually it was impressive because I have never seen small businesses to perform these activities and see check the ROI. So it turned out obviously they decided to go with the CRM because they were expecting the ROI in just couple of months.
rather than a year.
Yes, and we did the implementation and we automated all the process gradually. They were doing manually or repetitive tasks and other stuff. And there's a very famous, actually not famous, I was just going through one recent study which says that every dollar you spend on the CRM implementation return as much as $7 to $9, which is very impressive return if you go with this CRM. So maybe in less than a year you will get the ROI by whatever you will spend on implementing this CRM.
Okay, Arish, let's talk about some misconceptions regarding the CRM. Like
Sure.
Many companies have this mindset of several misconceptions. I can't define any one.
Correct.
Maybe you can give your viewpoint on this statement, like why companies have these kind of misconceptions and what are these misconceptions on the very first place?
Yep, true. There are misconceptions or myths businesses think while considering going for CRM solutions. So when we speak to the businesses, they actually discuss these and bring these points out. So one is sometimes businesses think that one CRM fits for all or one size fits for all. So let's say, as I mentioned, Dynamics 365 has different applications for which caters different requirements.
You mean modules, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So sometimes businesses have these maybe myths which they think that one CRM will be fit for their requirements and they can just go ahead. So there are capabilities. So let's say if you are looking for marketing for a CRM for marketing activities to run campaigns, get 360-degree view of your customers, but you are implementing Dynamics 365 sales. So sometimes, while discussing with the businesses, we just suggest that, there are solutions which is specifically designed for the marketing activities. There are basic capabilities they can expect in the Dynamics 365 sales, but not the advanced capabilities. And so they have to actually decide, so before going for the CRM, whether what are the goals they have, what are they looking to achieve. Accordingly, partner like us can suggest which CRM should be the right
fit for them.
So first is obviously one CRM fits for all, one size fits for all. Second is sometimes businesses think that CRM is just for sales, which is very untrue. Because CRM, any kind of engagement you do, you can manage in the CRM, not just the sales activities, customer service, marketing. Field service, and maybe you can use CRM for event management as well and other stuff. So it's not like you just need CRM for sales.
Right.
Third would be sometimes businesses think that they can maybe go with the out-of-the-box solution and training isn't required, which is also a myth, and I don't agree with them. Because what happens is when you start with out-of-the-box CRM, still for the key users, they need trainings for them. In order to get started for the key users, because sometimes what happens is we can just see the system, let's say CRM solution, and by just reading the features, we understand that it's for lead management, it's for opportunity management. But until unless someone who is actually certified consultant can give you or your key users a training sessions, you won't be able to utilize the solution with full of its capabilities. You will end up using very basic, and maybe down the line after 1 year or 2 years you will realize we are not utilizing this, that.
Kind of somewhere reminds me of how important it is to choose a right partner as well.
Correct.
Right?
Very true. And fourth is I think sometimes businesses think that CRM is too expensive as they compare it with the ERP implementation. But believe me, CRM is very affordable. ERP is a complex tool comparatively to CRM that might take a lot of efforts to implement in implementation and then maybe in terms of cost as well. But you can start with CRM any time with at least out of the box, but you would need a partner who can actually assist you with the right product, right solutions, and then in order to get started. So I think these are few points which I have heard from the customers while speaking to them.
How companies have a misconception of the statement, very common statement that CRM is too complex. Like, what are your viewpoints on that?
See, if you look at the data, as you also mentioned, 91% of the sales team already using CRM across the globe. Uh, they have issues, challenges, and they have issues like complexity with user adoption and other things. It is because what I realized is because of the complex implementation or maybe lack of trainings. Because as a user, they avoid using certain solutions because the training is not given properly and they don't have any idea how to use the solutions.
Okay.
Because you will have to make sure that user understands the system through UAT, like testing and trainings, and you understands their requirement as a partner before actually designing or configuring the solutions. So that's where the challenges comes with the businesses because they face issues because the solution is not implemented correctly the way it should be, or maybe lack of training. And if there are businesses who are facing these kind of issues, so I think their partner didn't do a thorough job. So I think you would be the right person to recommend them to reach out to Dynamics Fair.
Okay.
Yeah, we can certainly assist them.
Absolutely. So that's what I said, that how important it is to choose a right partner while implementing CRM or ERP. So coming back to this point, I would like to add to this that CRM is definitely a complex tool, as you kind of stated that. But if you have a right partner, if you have a right implementation
No,
partner,
CRM is not complex. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, CRM is not complex. It is very easy to use, easy to implement.
I'm sure it is very easy to use, but as
from the user perspective,
yeah, exactly.
If it's not implemented,
if it's from
obviously,
my perspective,
yeah.
if I say that CRM is too complex, I am saying it because I was not taught well how to use it till its 100% utility.
Correct.
Right. So that's what I'm
because,
saying.
Because you don't know how to use it, you will always think it is very complex because the training isn't done properly, or maybe the solution is not implemented properly.
And what should a company look for while choosing the right CRM system? Because obviously, as you've told, there are so many modules to it, and it's not easy for me because I'm a totally no one to know what is it. It's like an alien to me. So, how would you suggest, and what is basically the entire process for that?
Yeah, actually, it is very important to first look at what are your requirements, what are the goals, or what are you looking to achieve by implementing the CRM. Why do you need a CRM first of all, right? That question comes. Whether is it for sales, customer service, and other activities. So accordingly, you can go with the right solutions who have these capabilities and flexible enough to customize or tailored as per your needs and requirements. Second is it should be user friendly. The UI should be clear enough. By just viewing the system, you should be able to understand. Obviously, you would require training, but it should not be complex. You should only see what you need to see, not everything else. So it will actually easy your process overall and maybe how to use it effectively. Second is its integration capabilities with your existing solutions. So let's say if you already have an ERP solution in place and maybe a website or something. So if you like to integrate, so you should see the options in order to integrate these CRM solutions with your existing ERPs and website or other stuff. So it should be flexible enough. So let's say if you're already using Dynamics 365 Business Central, so it is always recommended to go with Dynamics 365 Sales, Customer Service, because it has direct integrations with the Business Central. You won't need to call APIs or do custom job in order to connect or both of these solutions.
Correct. So
apart from this, in the last, I would say the right implementation partner is very important. Because if you end up with the wrong partner, it will be a mess for you.
It's kind of a waste of money.
Correct. because system is a mess. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know how to use it. It's not actually giving output or giving ROI. It's just an added cost for you. You are just paying for the subscription and the licensing cost.
Just for the sake of a system.
Yeah, because you have implemented it.
Correct.
And in the middle of the project, you can't just go away from the partner because you already spent half of the money.
Yeah.
So you have to select the right partner.
And they cannot back off.
Correct.
Right.
You should look at the partner like who understands your requirements first.
Pain points.
And then answer questions.
As much as they are.
Whatever questions the client have, or maybe ask questions as well from the companies who are looking to implement. In order to design the solution and configure it, and then maybe following the UAT and the trainings.
Okay.
So these 4 things I think are very important before you choose a CRM solution.
So coming to our last segment of this episode, let's talk about some CRM trends now.
Sure.
What's been up in this market since 2024 end and 2025?
Go ahead.
Let's start with co-pilot agents, AI agents. What do you want to say to our audiences out there? What are your views on this?
So obviously these are new in the market, but I can give you an idea what it's all about. So AI agent or co-pilot agents are just a system or a program which takes the generative AI a step further. So instead of, so let's say currently what we all have been using ChatGPT, Copilot, but what's the purpose it serves? Currently, it just helps us to maybe rephrase sentences for you, write an emails to you. You can ask questions, basic questions. If it has the capability, it obviously answers. But AI agent and Copilot agents actually takes this generative AI a step further.
Okay.
So
the Copilot agents.
Yes, Copilot agent. Actually, it's not just limited to assisting you. It might do perform activities on your behalf or assist you or work alongside you. So let's say, for example, if you are performing some task on a daily basis, you can create an agent or develop an agent with some logic, business logic, and it will perform the task on behalf of you. So it might take your job. You can just So or sometimes actually it is not taking jobs. It is actually helping employees or the businesses to do certain tasks effectively.
That's what I believe in it.
Correct. So I was reading about one case study. There is a very famous company based out of US into chemical industry. So they actually received thousands of invoices, shipping invoices on a daily basis in PDF formats. So there was a team actually who was working manually to review these invoices in order to avoid discrepancies. Is there a mistake or maybe some discrepancies? So verification was actually happening manually. So what they did is they actually created an AI Copilot agent which is performing this task on a daily basis in the real time as soon as they receive an invoice. And the AI agent will actually do the verification to see if it's a correct invoice or not, or is there discrepancies or not. So if there are discrepancies, it will give a trigger to the certain management that this is the wrong invoice or something. So I'm just giving an example. So it turned out that they estimated the ROI of by just creating this agent. So they will be saving more than $1 million in a year by just automating this process.
Wow.
Instead of someone doing manually, AI agent will actually review these invoices, do the verifications, and then find out if there are discrepancies or if it's a correct invoice.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So they automated the shipping and freight operations.
That's great. Actually, this also reminds me. Does chatbots are also like that? Like chatbots also do come under the same category?
Chatbots, yes, chatbots been there, since very long. So actually, you give prompts to them that you have to perform these tasks,
Okay.
etc., etc. But AI agent actually is a step further, where they will, think themselves like what needs to be performed in order to make some process efficient or effective. So sometimes it will give you actionable insights. It will help you automating your repetitive tasks. It is not just limited to assisting you. Actually, it is doing stuff on your behalf. So you can focus on what is more
your
important
main
for
work,
you.
basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of managing documents and other stuff.
So let's come to this last, but not the very least trending statement. Is SaaS dead? Or is SaaS replaceable by AI? What are your thoughts on it? You know who I'm talking about.
I get it. You are referring to Satya Nadella's comment
10 points for that.
in one of his talk where he mentioned that SaaS is dead. But as per my understanding, he didn't meant that it is dead. But
Okay.
What he meant was, as we are moving or migrating towards AI, so this foundation of this SaaS products might become redundant, because we have to understand that currently all these business applications are CRUD databases, like where we create, read, update, and delete on top of some business logic on it with CRUD databases. But Nadella's coming towards, like, as we are moving towards AI, and once AI started understanding these business logic, so the backend of the SaaS might become redundant.
Okay.
Because once AI actually started understanding our needs, requirement, and maybe use cases, so it will automatically automate our processes, workflows, and so we won't be dependent on these SaaS-based application. So everything will be automated.
It will make your job easier.
Easier.
All in all.
Correct. So but at the same time, I don't think it will, just maybe disappear overnight. It might take time, or nobody knows actually. But since Satya is saying, somewhere that it is that, so he must have thought something, or he must have planned something. Like, there might be some logic behind that. So this is what I understood from him, that as we are migrating towards AI, so the backend, the CRUD database, which we are talking about, and the logics might be redundant.
Okay.
Because AI will started understanding our needs and requirements.
That's actually a great perspective, Arish.
Thank you.
I think that's it for today, and thank you so much for coming in and having giving us such great insights regarding CRM. It's the first time that we're talking about CRM, and we are so glad that we have you for the debut. I hope to do this as a part 2 of a CRM someday with you again.
Sure.
And we're going to discuss more in detail about the same topic, but in more techie ways. Looking forward to see you again, Arish.
Sure, Ramita. Thank you for having me once again, and it was a good actually discussion. I have learned something from you as well.
No, we have learned so much from you today. It's going to be great.
I'm not sure, but whatever I just spoke about, or as per my understanding, after discussing with businesses, so this is what we does for the businesses as well. And if you might require some references as well, you can add maybe in your videos comments, you can add some references links as well, which might help your user to get to know more about these points.
Exactly.
So yeah, I am excited about this, and
we're sure gonna do that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
In the future. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. So that's it for today's episode. We had Arish to discuss the basics of CRM, but those discussions were really in detail. I hope you enjoyed our CRM's first episode. We are looking forward to have a second part with Arish, and until then, keep innovating. This is Ramita signing off.